meaning of this pointer? So this pointer is used to differentiate our data members from the local variables when the name of the local members and data members are same. So for that we are going to take one simple example. So in that example we are creating one class by the name test. Okay. Within that class we are create two data members, that is integer a and integer b. And under public section we are going to create one function that is show, and in that function we are passed two arguments, that is integer a and integer b. Okay. So see here, now the value of local variable we are going to pass to the data member, so that a and b are nothing but the local variable and this a and b are nothing but the data member. So this value we are going to pass to our data member, so that a is the local variable and the value of this a we are going to pass to the data member. Similarly for b, and with the help of display function we are going to print the value of a and b. Okay. Now in a main function what happens, we are going to create the class, we are going to create the class, or we are going to create the object by the class name. So we are going to create the object t. So with the help of object name and dot operator we are going to call the function. So in a show function two arguments are there, so that's why we are pass here two values. Okay. And with the help of display function we are going to display the value of a and b. Okay. So when I run this program, so what happens, the value of a and b are nothing but the garbage value, but we are passing 120, 100 and 200. So instead of printing 100 and 200, it creates the garbage value. So why it happens? Because when we are going to execute our program, so during compilation, our compiler is unable to understand which one is the data member and which one is the local variable. So our compiler will get confused. So that's why instead of printing 100 and 200, it will print the garbage value. So to avoid this confusion, we are going to use the this pointer. Okay. So see here, now after using that this pointer, and when I am executing my program, okay, semicolon should be here. So after using this pointer, when I execute my program, so at that time my output is 100 and 200. So you can represent this pointer either this one, or you can represent this pointer within the parenthesis by putting this star before the this keyword. So I will write here. So you can represent this pointer like that also. This dot a equal to a semicolon. This dot b equal to b semicolon. So you can represent this pointer either like this or like this. So if anybody will ask to you what is the use of this pointer, you can say that this pointer is used to distinguish our data member from local variable when the name of data members and local variables are same. Okay. Now we are moving toward the next concept, and the next concept is virtual class. So what is the meaning of virtual class? So see properly. So consider the example. So see this example. So this is our base class, and that base class will contain the one function by the name function1. Okay. Now from that base class, I am going to derive two classes, that is derived class 1 and derived class 2. So when I am going to derive these two classes, when I am going to derive these two classes from the base class, meaning that whatever may be the data members and member function which are present in a base class, automatically the data members and member function should be inherit in a derived classes. Okay, so the derived class 1 and derived class 2 should contain the function 1 and function 1. Okay, now from that derived class 1 and derived class 2, if I want to create another class, that is derived class 3, so derived class contain function 1, derived class 2 contain function 1. So that function 1 and function 1 again inherit here. So again that function 1 and function 1. So this function 1 from derived class 1 and this function 1 from derived class 2. If I derive another class, that is derived class 3 from derived class 1 and 2. Okay, already derived class 1 contain function 1, derived class 2 contain function 1. When I am going to create derived class 3 from derived class 1 and derived class 2, so whatever may be the member function which are present in the derived class 1, it should be copy here. Whatever may be the member function which are present in a derived class 2, again it should be copy here. So derived class 1 will contain function 1, derived class 2 contain also function 1. Okay, so the derived class 3 should contain the function 1 from derived class 1 and function 1 from derived class 2. Okay, but the concept of inheritance will says that if any member function should be derived from one class to another class, so the same member function cannot be derived more than one time. म्हणजे एकदा जर समजा तुम्ही डिराइव्ह क्लास मध्ये मेंबर फंक्शन डिराइव्ह केलं, बरोबर आहे, तर त्याची डुप्लिकेट कॉपी तुम्ही पुन्हा क्रिएट करू शकत नाही विथ द हेल्प ऑफ डिराइव्ह क्लास. So that type of concept should not be allowed in a inheritance. So when such type of examples are there, so at that time we have to make these two classes, that is derived class 1 and derived class 2 should be the virtual class. म्हणजे जर समजा या टाइपची जर समजा सिच्युएशन आली, ठीक आहे, आणि इनहेरिटन्स कन्सेप्ट जर समजा प्रॉपरली अप्लाय करायचा असेल, so at that time we have to create derived 1 and derived 2 classes should be the virtual. So the meaning of virtual is it is bypass duplicate base class property. म्हणजे जे काही बेस क्लासचे मेंबर फंक्शन आणि डेटा मेंबर जे काही डुप्लिकेट्स होत आहेत, म्हणजे दोन दोन कॉपी जे त्याचे क्रिएट होत आहेत, to avoid such situation we are going to create or we are going to use the concept of virtual class. ओके, म्हणजे यात डुप्लिकेट होत आहेत म्हणजे काय, डबल 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 त्याच्या कॉपीज क्रिएट होत आहेत. हे मीन्स या एक्झाम्पल मध्ये बघा, हे काय तुमचं बेस क्लास आहे, बरोबर आहे. या बेस क्लास पासून मी दोन क्लास डिराइव्ह केले, म्हणजे काय झालं, हा फंक्शन 1 इथं पण आला आणि फंक्शन 1 इथं पण आला, बरोबर आहे. अँड विथ द हेल्प ऑफ दिस टू क्लास आय एम गोइंग टू क्रिएट अनदर क्लास. सो that function 1 will should come here and this function 1 will should come here, so it will duplicate the same function of the base class. So to avoid this duplication we are going to use the concept of virtual class. So the virtual class is used to avoid or it is used to bypass duplicate base class property. म्हणजे जे काही डुप्लिकेट फंक्शन किंवा डेटा मेंबर्स तयार होत आहेत ते बायपास करण्यासाठी आपण काय करतो, व्हर्च्युअल क्लास यूज करतो. So I am going to write here virtual class is used to bypass. So I will show you the example also. So before that I am write here virtual class. Virtual class is used to bypass. Virtual class is used to bypass duplicate base class property. Duplicate base class property. Okay, so for that we are going to see one example. So we are execute the example. Okay. So see here, I am going to create one class here that by the name class C1. एक क्लास क्रिएट केला क्लास C1. ही डायग्राम फक्त तुम्ही तुमची लक्षात ठेवा. या ठिकाणी काय C1 हे काय तुमचं C2 that is C3 and this is C4. Okay, diagram लक्षात ठेवा. This is base class. एक C1 क्लास में क्रिएट केला and under public section I will create one function that is void C1 function. Okay, and within that C1 function I am going to write simple cout statement that is C1 plus function. So it is C1 plus the function है. C1 function का है आपला C1 plus the function है. Okay. Now I am going to close the class. So this is our base class. So see here, I am going to write here for your understand. This is base class. Okay. Now I am going to create another class that is class C2, and that class C2 should be derived from class C1. Okay. So now see here, again under public section I will write void C2 function. Just see properly. Again I am write cout C2 class function. Again I am going to create another class that is class C3. Again this class C3 should be derived from class C1. डायग्राम बघा, बेस क्लास क्रिएट केला C1 बरोबर आहे. C2 आणि C3 कशापासून डिराइव होते C1 पासून. ओके. So now see here, again under public section I will create one function that is void C3 fun. And I am going to write one cout statement C3 class function. Now end, and I am going to close this class, and I am going to create another class that is class C4, and that class C4 is, now see here, this class C4 is derived from C2 and C3. So I am going to write here public C2 comma public C3. Now under the public section, okay, I am going to create another function that is void C4 fun, and here I am going to write C4 class function. Right here here. Okay. Now close the class here. Now in a main function, create the object with the help of derived class. So C4 is the derived class. We are going to create the object. So write down here C4 dot C1 1. Now call the function with the help of dot resolution operator and object. So instead of C4 here, OBJ should be there. Simple OBJ dot C2 semicolon OBJ dot C3 and OBJ dot C4 okay. Now I am going to execute this program. So see here, see the error. Request for member C1 fund is ambiguous. So what is the meaning of ambiguous? Ambiguous means if more than one form should be created, if more than one form should be created, that terminology should be called as a ambiguity. That is, म्हणजे काय झालं C1 form, C1 काय आपलं C1 function, that is nothing but that C1 function is nothing but the function of base class. तर base class चे एकापेक्षा जास्त जे काही म्हणजे जे काही प्रॉपर्टीज आहेत त्या एकापेक्षा जास्त काय क्रिएट होत आहेत म्हणजे डुप्लिकेट प्रॉपर्टीज क्रिएट होत आहेत. सो दॅट्स वाय इट गिव्स द एरर अँड एरर इज रिक्वेस्ट फॉर मेंबर C1 फॉर इज ambiguous मीन्स एकापेक्षा जास्त डुप्लिकेट प्रॉपर्टी क्रिएट होत आहेत त्याच्यामुळे काय हे एरर आलंय. ठीक आहे. तर अशा वेळेस काय करायचं टू अवॉइड दिस एरर मीन्स इफ सच टाइप ऑफ सिच्युएशन इज देयर ॲट दॅट टाइम वी आर गोइंग टू use the concept of virtual class. So what is the meaning of virtual? It is used to bypass the duplicate base class property. म्हणजे जे काही duplicate properties create होत आहेत that property should be bypassed with the help of virtual class. So to make that properties means to make म्हणजे आता काय कुठला क्लास आपल्याला व्हर्च्युअल करावा लागेल. ठीक आहे. कारण बेस क्लासच्या ज्या प्रॉपर्टीज आहेत त्या ऑटोमॅटिकली कुठे येतात तुमच्या C4 क्लासमध्ये. तर जे मधले क्लासेस आहेत मीन्स फंक्शन 1 ऑटोमॅटिकली कुठे येतात C4 मध्ये येत आहे या रूपमध्ये. बरोबर आहे. पण C2 मध्ये पण फंक्शन आहे, C3 मध्ये पण फंक्शन 1 आहे. तर C2 आणि C3 ला जर समजा मी बायपास केलं म्हणजे बायपास केल्यानंतर काय होईल C1 च्या प्रॉपर्टी डायरेक्टली C4 मध्ये येतील. बरोबर आहे. तर याच्यासाठी काय करायला लागेल टू बायपास दिस just write here virtual keyword, just write here virtual keyword and now execute the program and see the output. C1 class function, C2 class function, C3 class function and C4 class function means याच्यामुळे काय होत होतं जर समजा मी या ठिकाणी व्हर्च्युअल कीवर्ड पुट नाही केला तर काय म्हणजे काय होत होतं ही जी डायग्राम जर समजा तुम्ही बघितली तर काय डुप्लिकेट प्रॉपर्टी या ठिकाणी क्रिएट होत होत्या. बरोबर आहे. सो टू अवॉइड दिस डुप्लिकेशन वी आर गोइंग टू यूज दी व्हर्च्युअल क्लास. ओके. सो जे काही मधले क्लासेस आहेत त्यांच्या आधी काय करायचं व्हर्च्युअल कीवर्ड पुट करायचं. तुम्ही आयदर या ठिकाणी व्हर्च्युअल कीवर्ड यूज करा किंवा पब्लिकच्या आधी व्हर्च्युअल पुट करा. या ठिकाणी व्हर्च्युअल पुट करा. द मीनिंग विल नॉट बी चेंज. आउटपुट शुड बी द सेम वन. म्हणजे तुम्ही व्हर्च्युअल पब्लिक लिहा किंवा पब्लिक व्हर्च्युअल लिहा इट द मीनिंग ऑफ दिस इट शुड बी द सेम. ओके. So what is the use of virtual class? It is used to bypass the duplicate base class property. म्हणजे जे काही डुप्लिकेट प्रॉपर्टी क्रिएट होत आहेत ते बायपास करण्यासाठी काय करतो आपण व्हर्च्युअल क्लासचा यूज करतो. नॉमेनक्लेचर मी सेम ठेवतोय. program in the notes for your reference. I will share that notes with you. समजलं की नाही? गिव मी रिप्लाय. कोणी असं आहे का ज्याला समजलं नाही? कोणी असं आहे का की ज्याला समजलं नाही?
समजलं सर.
बरं कोणी एक्सप्लेन करेल का व्हर्च्युअल क्लास काय आहे ते? म्हणजे जसं समजलं तसं सांगा. व्हर्च्युअल क्लास काय आहे ते? So I think one practical on the basis of this should be there. Let me check. एक प्रॅक्टिकल आहे वाटतं आपल्याला व्हर्च्युअल फंक्शन आणि व्हर्च्युअल क्लासची. So you can easily now see here implementation of virtual function. Okay, so this is our experiment number 10, implementation of virtual function. So this is nothing but our virtual class, and in the next lecture we will see the virtual function. So the concept of, I think, virtual class and this pointer is clear to all of you. If any doubt is there, so you can ask. So before that, I will explain one by one today's 2 points. The first point is this pointer. So what is the use of this pointer? This pointer is used to retrieve the object address. Okay, and whenever we are going to use this pointer, when the name of the data members and local variables are same, so to distinguish our data members and local variables, so to distinguish our data members from local variables, at that time we are going to use this pointer. So for that we have taken one simple example. In that example we have created one class, that is, and the name of that class is test. In that under that class we are going to create two data members, that is integer a and b, and under public section we are going to create one function, that is show, and in that function we have to pass two arguments, that is integer a and integer b. So see here, the name of the data members and name of the local variables are same. Okay, and with the help of display function we are going to print the value of a and b. So in a main function, what happens? We are going to create the object t by the name of the class, and with the help of object and dot operator, we are going to call the show function and display function. Okay. So when we have not put here this, at that time what happens? Our program will be executed, but the output should be the garbage value. Why? Because our compiler did not understand which one is the local variable and which one is the data member. So to differentiate our data members from local variable, we are going to use here this pointer. So and when we are going to put here this pointer, at that time our compiler will understand that now that left hand side a is nothing but the data members and right hand side a is nothing but the local variables. Okay, so after putting that this pointer, when we are executing our program, so the output of our program is 100 and 200. Now after that we have seen the concept of virtual class. So what is the meaning of virtual class? That virtual class is used to bypass the duplicate base class property. So how it is going to be bypassed? So see here, for that we have seen one simple example. So we have one base class by the name C1. Okay. Now from that C1 class, we are going to create two class, that is C2 and C3. It means that if C2 and C3 is derived from C1, so whatever may be the data members and member function of C1 class, that data members and member function of C1 class is copied into C2 and C3. Okay. Now another scenario is like that from class C2 and C3, if we are going to create another class, that is C4, so automatically the data members and member function of C2 and C3 will be comes into the C4. So now see here, now that function 1 should contain in a C2 and function 1 again will contain in a C3, and that C4 should be created from C2 and C3. So automatically function 1 should be come from here, and this function 1 should come from here. So automatically C4 will contain function 1 from C2 and function 1 from C3. So that duplication should be, so the duplication of functions and data members should be present in a C4 class. So to avoid this duplication, we have to bypass this one, that is class C2 and C3, and we are going to bypass this class C2 and C3 by putting the keyword virtual. Okay. So in a program, so see in a program, to bypass our C2 and C3, we are going to put virtual keyword here. So with the help of that virtual keyword, that classes C2 and C3 should be bypassed, and directly whatever new the data members of class C1, that should be copied into, or that should be inherit into class C4, and our final output should be the this one. Our final output should be the this one. Okay. Now today we will stop here, and in next lecture we are going to create, we are going to cover the pure virtual function and polymorphism. So in the next lecture we will finish the unit number 7. So in a today's lecture, if anybody has doubt, you can ask. आजच्या लेक्चर मध्ये कोणाला डाऊट आहे का? If anybody has a doubt in a today's lecture, so you can ask.
No, sir.
Okay. So today's date is 26/7. So roll number 1. Give me the attendance. Roll number 1. Roll number 2.
Yes, sir.
Roll number 1.
Yes, sir.
Roll number 1 आहे. Roll number 3.
Sir, roll number 2 present है.
Roll number
Yes.
3.
Sir.
4.
Yes, sir.
Roll number 5. Bharti
Yes, sir.
Linde.
Hi, yes, sir.
Rani More. Rani More.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Aishwarya Rathod. Number 7. Aishwarya Rathod. Roll number 8. Anmol Raut.
Yes, sir.
Chandana Shendge.
Yes,
Roll
sir.
number 9.
Yes, sir.
तन्मय आठवले. रोल नंबर 10. तन्मय आठवले. रोल नंबर 11. राहुल भोसले. रोल नंबर 12. प्रद्युम्न काय ते देवस्थाले. रोल नंबर 12. प्रद्युम्ना. रोल नंबर 13.
Yes, sir.
कौन? प्रद्युम्न का कि सिद्धेश्वर?
Sir.
सिद्धेश्वर. राहुल भोसले का? रोल नंबर 11. राहुल भोसले. Suraj Dudhad, roll number 14.
Yes, sir.
Suhas Kadve, roll number 15. Roll number 16, Rushikesh Gaikwad.
Yes, sir.
Roll number 17, Venkatesh Gaikwad.
Yes, sir.
Roll number 18, Sagar Khadge. Roll number 19, Abhishek Jamdar. Roll number 20, Ravi. Roll number 21, Saina Kopre. Number 22, Prashant Landge. Roll number 23, Nikhil Magar. Roll number 24, Suraj Madi.
Yes, sir.
25, Harshal More. 26, Reyes Sakre.
Yes, sir.
27, Ramakrishnan.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Bhuldev Shikre. 28, 29, Sachin Todkar 30, Rushikesh 31,
Yes, sir.
Deepak Vibhute,
Present, sir.
Priyanka Salgar, Swapnali Kamble,
Yes, sir.
Anil Kamble,
Yes, sir.
Sharad Pawar,
Yes, sir.
Sharad Pawar,
Yes, sir.
ऋत्विक शिंदे, किरण वाघमोडे, विशाल ठवरे.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, so today we will stop here. In the next lecture, we will cover universal function and polymorphism. So thank you.